Disclaimer: all the statistics for the singles and albums came from Billboard.com. All the lyrics came from Genius Lyrics. The interesting and fun facts about the songs came from the About section on Genius Lyrics, as well as my knowledge of the music. Some songs will describe the meaning through an interview or Spotify storyline. Some songs will feature statements from X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Well, everyone, we are back with Nickelback's fourth studio album, which is The Long Road. Fancy. And The Long Road reached number 6 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. This album didn't reach the same amount of sales as Silver Side Up did, so it was considered a flop, which I learned that in the Nickelback documentary. So I will keep mentioning that documentary throughout the episodes because I did learn quite a bit about the band in that documentary. So deal with it, everyone. Now, the singles off of this album are going to be Someday, Feeling Way Too Damn Good, and Figured You Out. Now, the meaning behind the album's name, Chad Kroeger stated, "I think we were just referencing our careers and how it felt at that point in time because we just finished an insane world tour with Silver Side Up, and before that we had done 14 months straight on the state, so it just seemed like there was sort of what we were on in terms of our careers. We were just on this long journey, almost never ending, so that's where the name came from," which is amazing. And also, my word, how on earth did they do so long on 2 different tours back to back? Very impressive. Love the adrenaline, but gotta give yourself some rest. Just saying. Now, let's get on to the album's tracks. The first track on this album is Flat on the Floor. A strong song to start off with, but not one of my personal favorites. The instrumentation is great, but we'll get into that in just a moment. Now, the lyrics that stand out to me come from the chorus, which is, "In 10 minutes I'll be laying flat on the floor. I can't stand up at all." There are definitely times where all of us have that mental state of just, you know what, leave me be. I need to be by myself, figure shit out. Just let me lie here on the floor where I feel comfortable, and then when I want to, I will stand, but at this moment, I can't. So it's just like a mental mindset from what I'm getting from these lyrics. Now, once again, only on this album, we only have guitars, bass, and drums. So all the instruments start at the same time, right at the beginning, right at 0 seconds. Now, both Chad and Ryan's guitars have a very angry tone. The bass is there, you can barely hear it, but it is there, and then the drums carry the beat of the song. Now, the instrumental solos in this song start at 0 seconds to 10 seconds, 52 seconds to 1:04, and then 1:17 to 1:22, and then 1:56 to 2 minutes in a second. Now, Flat on the Floor for me is going to be ranked 9 out of 11. Track number 2 is Do This Anymore. Very fun song. I like the instrumentation. It just shows you that it keeps getting stronger and stronger as the albums go on and on. The lyrics are getting stronger as well. Storytelling is doing fantastic. So let's get into it. The lyrics that stand out to me come from the chorus once again, which is, "Tired of this lie you're telling, I don't know, I won't do this anymore." Excuse me. I've had so many people in my previous and past life, I love to say now, telling me all these lies because they just want to feel better about themselves and make you or a different person feel worse. And I have dealt with that so much, and it is so tiring, and I just can't do this anymore. You are constantly tearing someone else down and also yourself down at the same time, but you don't realize it because you're so fucking blind to it. So, narcissist, I guess. So many people. But yeah, if you keep lying to yourself, it will just only get worse and worse. So then you tell those lies to somebody else, and it makes you feel better, but in reality it doesn't. So that's what I get from those lyrics. Now, all the instruments take a break after the first line in each of the choruses, which I really love that. Nice touch. Now, Chad and Ryan's guitars both start at 11 seconds. The guitar solo for Chad starts at 2 minutes and starts at 2 minutes and 19 seconds and ends at 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And then both the bass and drums come in at 23 seconds. Now the instrumental solos in this song start at 1:07 to 1:12, 2:17 to 2:41, and then 3:52 to 4 minutes exact. Now, a little side note I'm giving all to you is I love how there is like a train sound at the very beginning of the song. So you hear like train horn and then like it like I guess chugging along. So very nice touch. Really like that. Now, Do This Anymore is going to be ranked 6 out of 11. Now, this upcoming song, I have a very newfound love for this song because of its live version at Red Rocks back in 2017. And it is Someday. It was peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. I love this song. I love the lyrics of this song, giving like people hope and that it never has to, come to an end. It will happen someday, hence the song title. Now, the lyrics that really connect with me come from the chorus, which is someday, somehow, I'm gonna make it all right, but not right now. I know you're wondering when. You're the only one who knows that. It gives me so much hope that someday I will find that person. But, it is not today. It will happen. It's just great song. I really love the music video to this too. It is such a powerful music video behind it. And just the instrumentation goes so well with the lyrics too. And as I'm talking about this song, I'm playing it mentally in my head because I know the song forwards and then like backwards and everything because it is beautifully done. And it just, I don't know how else to describe it because all of us have that time where we want to make everything okay, but it doesn't happen right away. It takes time. So another way to look at the song as well. Now, for the instruments, I love the soft tone in the verses, and then it definitely does get louder in the choruses, which really brings like more hope. And then the verses, it's like toning it down, making it seem like everything is all right. But then choruses hit, which means intensity, which I really love that. Now, Chad and Ryan's guitars both start at 3 seconds, and then Chad's guitar solo is at 1:49 and goes to 2 minutes and 14 seconds. The bass comes in at 14 seconds, and then the drums come in at 13 seconds, and the only instrumental solo is from 1:52 to 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And then there are times in this song where there aren't any instruments being played, so it goes from 31 seconds to 32 seconds, 1:24 to 1:25, 2 minutes 41 seconds to 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and then 3 minutes and 14 seconds to 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Really love this. And then in a statement, Chad Kroeger stated, "It's an anthem for lost promises," which I can also definitely see that as well. And then I've already said this, but love the music video for this song. Highly recommend checking it out because it has such a powerful message behind the lyrics. And A little fun fact, they did shoot an alternate ending for this music video, but it hasn't been released at all. But I found that very interesting when I was doing my research. So for me, Someday is going to be ranked number 1 out of 11. Now track number 4 is Believe It or Not. Love this song as well. Now the lyrics that stand out to me come from the bridge, which is most of us have things we can live without. Everyone needs advice on how to get along. I 100% stand behind that second line of lyrics from the bridge that I just said, because we all do need great advice, because there are people out there who will give terrible advice and people will take that and then it will fire back against them, and that does nobody any good and just can make things worse, and then it will make you feel bad inside. So we all need to have that good advice. We also have to have those good people around us too. Get rid of the bad people in your life because it will mentally and physically drain you. So we all need that, and there are definitely things that all of us can live without. So here I am, I'm getting stronger and better every day. Music has definitely helped me out. I have a good set of friends now, so that's what I get from those lyrics, especially from me. And then the instruments does have like a heavy feel to it, and then Chad's guitar starts the song, and then his guitar solo starts at 2 minutes and 40 seconds and then goes to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And then Ryan's guitar, the bass, and drums all come in at 5 seconds. And then the instrumental solos for this song start right at 0 seconds to 5 seconds, then 53 seconds to 1 minute and 3 seconds, and then 2 minutes and 3 seconds to 2 minutes and 18 seconds, 2 minutes and 42 seconds to 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and then 3:59 to 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Now for me, Believe It or Not is going to be ranked 4 out of 11. Track number 5 is Feeling Way Too Damn Good. This song peaked at number 48 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. For me, I have to be in the right mood for this song, so there are a couple of times where it's like I have it in my playlist, and sometimes I will skip it because I'm like, not in the right mood for it. And other times I will play it because I'm like, I need to hear this song because it is so, like, I do have those moments where like, oh geez, it's so fucking good and I need to hear it. Now the lyrics that stand out to me come from the chorus, which is, and it's like, every time I turn around, I fall in love and find my heart face down, and where it lands is where it should. It is perfectly said. I love the storytelling in those lyrics, especially because you can have like a movie playing in your head with just these lyrics, figuring out who you are, you want in your life. Like that, like even with my friends, I'm like, I just love them for being who they are. They've helped me grow so much in the past year, so I really love that. And it's just one of those things we all see in our lives, so that's what I get from those lyrics. Now all the instruments get louder in the choruses, and then they get quieter through the rest of the song, so like the verses and in the bridge. So both Chad and Ryan's guitars start the song, the bass comes in at 9 seconds, the drums comes in at 12 seconds. Now, the instrumental solos in this song start at 0 seconds to 11 seconds, 1 minute 30 to 1 minute 34, 2 minutes 33 to 3 minutes exact, and then 4 minutes and 2 seconds to 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, little side note that I'm giving to all of you, there is a woman talking during the longest instrumental solo in the song, but this part isn't part of the music video. It is cut out, but so listen to the studio recording, but the music video is fun as well. So, but definitely check out the studio recording first before you watch the music video to understand what I'm saying. So Feeling Way Too Damn Good is going to be ranked 5 out of 11 for me. Track number 6 is definitely going to be the heaviest song on this album, and it is titled Because of You. I use this as like a revenge song for a whole bunch of people that I have known in my past. So this is a great way to get your anger out. And yeah, so the lyrics that stand out to me come from the end of the chorus, which is, I won't stand around, I won't watch you die from what you do because of you. It's just like, you want to feel powerful and let the other person know that they have definitely betrayed you in your life. And it's like, you know what? You're no longer good for me. This is because of what you did, how I'm feeling, and it is why I'm doing this, because you hurt me mentally and physically, and I don't want to watch you die from what you did, because this is who you are, this is not who I am. So I definitely use this song as like a nice angry revenge song to people. And this song is killer live. Another one I wish I could see live as well, because it is absolutely fantastic. Now the instruments are nice and loud and aggressive, has a nice angry tone to it. Chad's guitar starts the song along with the bass. Ryan's guitar comes in at 4 seconds. The drums come in at 8 seconds. And then the instrumental solos that we have in this song start at 0 seconds to 24 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 seconds to 2 minutes and 8 seconds, and then 2:12 to 2:29. And then Chad does have a guitar solo in this song. I just forgot to pick it out, but he does have one during one of those instrumental solos. So pay attention to find it out. Now, the meaning behind this song, the band has never released an official explanation for the song, but it is rumored to be about a self-destructive behavior such as self-harm and the effects it has on not only the person who does it, but the person who has to watch them do it, and the feelings of frustration they have with either not understanding or not being able to help in any way. So that's like an unofficial rumored statement about the song. And then, like I've already said, highly recommend listening and even watching the live performances of the song, because it is amazing, especially with all the pyrotechnics that they do with it as well. So Because of You is going to be ranked 3 out of 11 for me. Now track number 7 is actually so much fun to listen to, and I laugh at it every time it comes on in my car, especially with the recent live version from Nashville. So much fun. So the 7th track on this album is titled Figured You Out. It peaked at number 65 on the charts, and again, I will say this is a very fun song. It has, I would say, one of the most iconic first lines a song could possibly have, in my opinion. So take a listen to it and tell me what you all think. If it's fun or it's just not for you, I don't care what you say, but for me it is a really fun song. Now the lyrics that are just fun for me stand out from the chorus, beginning of the chorus, which is, and now I know who you are, it wasn't that hard just to figure you out, now I did, you wonder why. Now I'm singing it in my head because I've heard it so many times. It's like from Silver Side Up and on, I've heard all these songs so many times, so I will be playing it in my head. But yeah, those two lines of lyrics stand out to me the most, because I truly did figure out quite a few people in my past. It just took me a long time, and definitely is like, oh, that's who you are. You're a narcissistic asshole. You don't care about anybody else. You just care about yourself. You just want everything done your way. Doesn't matter who you hurt and why you hurt them. It's like total gaslighting so many people, especially the people that she loves. But whatever, I mean, that's who you are. And you know, it just took me a long ass time to definitely figure that person out, because it's just, you see like, oh yeah, I do know them, and then you see the opposite side of them, you're like, oh, that's who you are. I don't want to be part of your life anymore, because you know, you're that kind of person. So that's what I get from those lyrics. Now all the instruments start right at 2 seconds, and then for my notes for each instrument, I put for Chad's, during the live performances, he has the absolute best damn guitar. The one that he uses during the live performances now is the one that was gifted to him that has the Dark Horse, which is an album further down the road, is the Dark Horse album cover on the guitar. It is absolutely amazing. I fucking love that guitar. That is absolutely my number one favorite guitar that he has. I love it so much. Also has like a very great tune. I love it. And then Ryan's guitar has a great tone throughout the whole entire song. The bass, you could definitely hear it is clearly there, and then the drums definitely carry the beat of the song. Now the only instrumental solo in this one is going to be from 2 minutes and 10 seconds to 2 minutes and 27 seconds, and that is also the time where we get a little bit of Chad's guitar solo as well. It is there, it's kind of faint, but it's played with like all the other instruments. But this is a very fun one live as well, because when they perform Figured You Out live, Chad does like the first half of the song, and then once it comes to like the beginning of the second half of the song, Ryan will sing that verse. So I love how they switch off. So highly recommend checking out live performances as well, especially like with their drummer that they had in this album, and then ones from the next album and on. So much fun. Now, within an interview with Men's Health magazine, Chad Kroeger stated, "It is entirely fiction, and it is one of those songs that even fans don't understand. I've had people say to me, 'Oh, that's so sexy,' and I'm like, really? That's fucked up. It's not sexy at all. It's about knowing who you are with, entering a relationship with somebody, and then realizing they're addicted to substances, and they're into things that you're not into, and you don't know anything about them. You don't like their friends, you don't like anything." And then he was also asked about the line, "I love my hands around your neck," and then he responded with, "That's not autobiographical. I've never had my hands wrapped around someone's neck while they're passed out." Because there is, from that line, and then it goes on to the next line, and I'm like, yeah, no, there is definitely nothing sexy about this song at all. It's just a fun rocker to me, and it is never good to even have your hands wrapped around someone's neck when they're, intoxicated. Hell no. Or even passed out, for that matter. So I'm glad he stated that, because people will get wrong impressions. Now, for me, giving you some more side notes about the song, like I said, it's such a great rock song in my opinion, and I do like the transitions from the song from love to hate. Love was in the beginning, and then hate was at the last part of the song after the last verse. So for me, Figured You Out is going to be ranked 2 out of 11. Now track number 8 is Should Have Listened. Now the lyrics that stand out to me come from the beginning of the chorus, which is, "Oh, well now I guess I should have listened when you said you had enough." I took this to heart when I recently re-listened to this album, because it's like, yeah, I should have listened to people, definitely, because it's like, yeah, like, I definitely should have listened to my mom during my sophomore year, when I was um, doing practices with softball again, and then I was told that I wasn't good enough to be part of the team. I would just get hurt playing on the field. So then they gave me the position of JV manager again, and I definitely should have listened to my mom and not take it, find something else. So one of my learning curves, and then just in life in general, because everyone does make mistakes. Should have listened to other people. But yeah, that's what I get from those lyrics. Now, both Chad and Ryan's guitars start at 3 seconds. The bass and drums both come in at 26 seconds. And the only instrumental solo in this starts at 2 minutes and 4 seconds and goes to 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Now, the meaning behind the song: Chad wrote the song about a couple that lived together, but the girl got tired of her boyfriend's behavior and left the house without telling him. And then in an interview with Men's Health magazine, Chad stated, "It's about coming home and everything's gone. It's pretty much empty. All your stuff is waiting for you on your front lawn. And it wasn't true when I wrote it, but it ended up being true. It happened to me when I got home from a tour in 2009. So definitely kind of scary too when you really think about it, that it like wasn't autobiographical at all until it actually happens later on. Now, this album came out in 2003, and then when it actually did happen, it happened in 2009, so quite a few years difference. So it is pretty scary to think about it. And then little interesting and fun fact that I'm giving all of you, which is also part of my little note section, is that the song has only been performed live once. But for me, this song is going to be ranked 11 out of 11. Track number 9 is Throw Yourself Away. And the lyrics that stand out to me come from the end of the chorus, which is, "Why the hell don't you throw yourself away? They're gonna burn it down." Those ones just stand out to me. I don't resonate with it at all. It just stands out to me because of the way Chad sings those two lines at the end of the chorus, because he's trying to get a very good point across to everybody, because there are people who will just legitimately, kind of throw themselves away because they're trying too hard and everything. So that's what I get from those lyrics. Now, the instruments have like an angry tone throughout the song. Both Ryan and Chad's guitars start the song. The guitar solo for Chad is at 2 minutes and 14 seconds and goes to 2 minutes and 27 seconds. And then the bass and drums both come in at 12 seconds. And then the instrumental solos are 0 seconds to 11 seconds, 24 seconds to 28 seconds, a minute and 7 seconds to a minute and 18 seconds, a minute 32 to a minute 35, and then 2 minutes 14 to 2 minutes and 26. So those are the instrumental solos. And then, once again, an interview with both Men's Health magazine, Chad stated, "This wasn't about me specifically, but I remember writing a song about a girl who gave birth at her prom, and she gave birth in the bathroom. It was in New Jersey, I think, sometime around the late 90s. Nobody knew she was pregnant. They all just thought that she gained weight throughout her years. She gave birth to the baby and put it in the garbage, and then she went right back out to finish prom." And then he was asked about having any regrets writing the song, and his response was, "No, but I was doing an interview once, and the woman who was interviewing me started ripping me apart, saying, 'How could you judge somebody unless you've walked in their shoes?' And my retort was, she could have easily given it to an adoption agency or dropped it off on the doorstep of a hospital or something. She doesn't have to throw it in the trash. There are easier, more humane ways, but that's life, I guess." Totally understandable, because that is, in my eyes, so fucked up. Like, wow. But for me, the song is going to be ranked 8 out of 11. track number 10 is Another Hole in the Head. Now, the lyrics that stand out to me come from the end of the first verse, which is tongue-tied from all the little things, and they're the reason that I scream. I've definitely been tongue-tied quite a bit, especially in my past, from little things, but then later on I scream in frustration because of what just happened to me, so it's like one of those things, you know. Now the instruments, I've already stated, just guitars, bass, and drums. Chad's guitar starts the song, Ryan's guitar comes in at 5 seconds, and then the drums and bass both come in at 12 seconds. The instrumental solos in this are from 0 seconds to 24 seconds, a minute and 3 to a minute and 9. So for me, Another Hole in the Head is going to be ranked 10 out of 11. Last but not least, track number 11 is See You at the Show. I do love this song. It is a good song too. I was ironically singing it in my head earlier today, but I don't know why, but I get like those weird earworms throughout the day. But for me, the lyrics that stand out come from the beginning of the chorus, which is, "We'll see you at the show. If you don't come, we'll never know." It's just having, I guess for me, when I hear those lyrics, it's just like having those people who always show up for you no matter what. Even for them, it's like the same fans coming back over and over again because they love the experience, they enjoy the experience of the shows that they perform, you know. So that's what I get. Now, the instruments all get louder in the choruses, which I really love, so it's like one of those things again where it's like soft and quiet, and then once it gets to the choruses, you definitely hear all the instruments, which is fantastic. Now, Chad's guitar starts the song, and his guitar solo is at 2 minutes and 20 seconds and goes to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Ryan's guitar comes in at 20 seconds. The bass starts at 30 seconds, and the drums come in at 13 seconds. And then the instrumental solos in this one are from 0 seconds to 20 seconds and 2 minutes and 5 to 2 minutes and 34. And now a little fun fact for all of you, there is a music video for the song. It just is really hard to find. And I have seen it a couple of times, so I encourage you to find it on your own, see if you can find it. It is a good music video too. So for me, See You at the Show is going to be ranked 7 out of 11 for me. Well, there you have it. There's my rundown of their 4th studio album, The Long Road. For me, my personal album ranking is going to be number 8 out of 10, because for me, it feels like they kind of fell apart a little bit when like writing this album. There are a few songs on here that I really enjoy, but it's just not an album I can listen to all at once. I just have to pick out certain songs from this album because it's just, for me, it kind of feels like it's all over the place. So that's why it's ranked 8 out of 10, and then out of 5 stars for me, it's going to be 3.5 out of 5. So there you have it. That was The Long Road. Stay tuned for the 5th installment of Nickelback, which is going to be a great one. I cannot wait to film that one. That one is going to be so much fucking fun for me to do. So stay tuned for what the next album is. And I'm Michaela. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.